nominating contracts. The bad thing with these players is that you cannot level them. The good thing is they are already leveled and maxed out, and they can play all positions. No, sorry, not all positions, all play styles. But the problem is they cannot be leveled anymore. Gakpo, beast. Gakpo is beast. He also has a good aggression and defensive engagement, so he can play as a left midfielder in 3-5-2 formation. Sorry. The tight possession is a little bit tricky on him. Low pass and lofted pass is good. He can play as a striker as well, but you can use him as a deep lying striker, as a false nine. He cannot be your goal poacher or fox in the box, so he's not built for that. Speed and acceleration is good. Kicking power is not that good. Yes, level 4 max attributes. So that's the problem. All around, he's going to drop attributes when he plays off the position. So that is also a bad thing, as Magic stated as well. Dost, target man, slow as fuck. I wouldn't recommend, but he has finishing great, kicking power great, physical great, jumping excellent, heading excellent. Ball control and tight possession good for a big tall guy, but anything he can play with in the formation that you are having one striker as super sub as well. He can play with the three strikers. He can play with one center forward, left wing, right wing. He can play with two strikers. But if you're playing with one striker, single-handedly one striker, this is not your guy. But because he's super sub, is good. Heading is good. First time shot with the finishing and kicking power is a good skill trait. One touch pass, I don't know. Low pass is 72, but one touch pass, maybe because he's a target man, is going to be good. But other than that, I wouldn't recommend chasing. I wouldn't recommend signing him. Only if you need. But you can sign for this. You can spend 4-star or someone else, and you can sign Ibrahimovic. You can sign Giroud, you can sign Onuachu, you can sign anyone else for GP points and level them and be better than Dost. So that would be my advice. Kudus, on the other hand, he is perfect whole player. Not perfect in sense of dribbling and everything, but he's all-around player. He can be in your attack, he can be in the mid. And in box to box, look at this. With his stats, he is perfect box to box player. Perfect box to box player. I would recommend, if you have 4-star, do sign him. If you need a box to box, Kudus is a good guy to go. And look at this: double touch, Marseille turn, soul control, long range shooting, dipping shot, heel trick. Heel trick, through passing, weighted pass, lofted pass, and interception. So yeah, Kudus is a player that you can choose. But the one thing that the Kudus lacks is a height. So he can be your secondary striker, paired with a tall player. He cannot be your main striker, or you can play him as a deep line or false line. You can use him as that, but I would advise you to use him in the midfield, because he's, as Magic stated, utility player, and that's his main thing. Dilrosun, we already covered him, but I will do it again. He is good as a roaming flank. but he can cover every position. He is good as a center midfield as well. His maxed out stats are going to also cover the flank, but not as a right midfielder, not as a left midfielder, as a left winger. So he is going to be there. What he lacks to be a good left midfielder is defensive awareness, aggression, and tackling. So yes. But look at this, double touch again, flip flap, cut behind turn, soul control, long range curler, knuckle shot, dipping shot, everything, and super sub as well, everything, gamemanship, everything that puts him a perfect center midfielder, or advanced midfielder if you like it, or secondary striker, because he would do excellent job on those positions, better than on the flanks. Small fullback finisher, the guy that you can use on the flanks, but for me personally, I like my fullbacks to have speed above 80, so I wouldn't recommend signing him if you have a necessity to have a good fullback, because he is decent. He is decent with defensive awareness, tackling, aggression, and defensive engagement. Good low pass and lofted pass, but lacks speed and acceleration, and he is good to be in the center midfield. All of these stats are making him a good center midfielder, than rather to be on the left back, or he's going to be on the left wing. No, not left wing, left midfielder. And he has only pinpointing crossers and curlers, so doesn't count anything. Maybe if you want to hit early crosses, he's good for that. Reinders is box-to-box midfielder. I already also covered this guy, but I will do it again. He is good. What I personally would like, that he has better defensive awareness, tackling, aggression, and defensive engagement. That would be a better, like that previous fullback. Those kind of things he would need, and he would be good also defensive wise. His aggression is good, but the defensive awareness is something that he lacks. And acceleration is good, speed is good, ball control, dribbling, and tight possession is also good for the center midfielder. Low pass and lofted pass also good, but not great, because for a good passer, he needs to have it. Uh, 2-1 for me. Low pass and lofted pass is good, but he needs to have that about 80, 82 or 85, something like that. All around, he is good for signing for 3-star if you need him. Blind, fullback, slow as hell. He's good as a defensive midfielder, because look at this. Look at his defensive awareness, tackling, aggression, and defensive engagement. Perfect for defensive midfielder. Perfect for a center midfielder. Now, even good, semi-decent for a center back, but for the fullback, he lacks speed. I would actually play this guy in the mid, higher in defensive midfield position. That would be where I would put him, because he has good pass and lofted pass, and I think he has also pinpoint crossing, which is good. Lofted pass is good. Blocker, captaincy, interception, man marking, everything that creates this guy a perfect defensive midfielder. So I would actually use this guy as a defensive midfielder rather than left back. There's an extra frontman. Extra frontman, good speed. He can be as fullback as well. The problem, well, the only thing is that he lacks a little bit of aggression and defensive engagement. Everything else he can cover as he can be as a center back, but in the free center back partnership, and then he can be on the one side or on the other side because of his speed, or in two center back partnership, he can be the secondary center back who is good with the destroyer. So he can be with the tall destroyer partnered up in the center back positions. But if you use him on the flanks, he's going to be good as there, because he has speed, he has acceleration, he has ball control, he has dribbling, he has tight possession, he has low pass. Lofted pass is something that he lacks, but he can hit early crosses. Well, when it's AI controlled. Low lofted pass, interceptions, blocker, sliding tackle, acrobatic racing, and fighting spirit. Not the traits that you want to have from the player that you want to cross with Wool, but all around good. Silesen, decent goalkeeper if you're starting this game. I will say only that, because you cannot level him up. Reflexes 82, sorry. Pairing 77, goalkeeping awareness 83, catching 81, goalkeeping reach 81. Yeah, I would say that he is a good for a beginner squad. He is good. For the tournament that we just played, he's good. For the tournament that we just played with the 3-star, he's excellent. Danilo is, well, basically low version, low copy of Romario. Everything that Romario has, Danilo has as well. Low pass and lofted pass, exactly the same. Finishing slightly lower than Romario. Kicking power, extremely lower than Romario. He has good speed and acceleration. And all around, he's a good as a goal poacher, but he needs to be partnered with the excellent striker as well. He has first-time shot, one-touch pass, heel trick, heading, cut and turn, flip-flap, and double touch. But he is a decent. He's not some player that you are going to use him. Yeah, the standard form. This Danilo has standard form. The regular one has inconsistent, as Magic says. So yeah. Also, that's an improvement. And yeah, he is basically cheap version of Romario. He's cheap Romario. He's basically young Romario. Dovikas, deep lying forward. This guy is also cheap version of Benzema. If you look at the Benzema stats, you will see that this guy has almost exactly the same. The only problem is this guy doesn't have kicking power. This guy doesn't have finishing as well. Speed and acceleration is semi-decent, so he will do it as well. But other than that, and he's deep lying forward, so he's going to come back for getting the ball. Also, he has super sub card, so he's good to come from the bench as well. But if you are building 3-star team, this guy is good. This guy is good for your 3-star team. And that would be the reviews of the Eredivisie player pack, the players that we cannot sadly train. But all around, I would recommend signing Gakpo. I would recommend signing Kudus, this guy, Dilrosun, Reinders, Dovikas, Danilo, Teze, and Blind. But actually, I should easily say that other way around. You don't need to sign Dost, you don't need to sign Silesen, and you don't need to sign Small. But that's the player that you can sign. So yes,